Alright, today is my first Porsche, working on 1984 928S. Has a bad radiator. It's leaking from here, from what the internet says, pretty common. There's plastic on the side with the whatever coin core. There is some 32 millimeters oil lines on the side. I'm assuming they're transmission because they're automatic. The thing that's, he didn't buy an OEM one. He got one off the Jungle website, and it shows it has transmission cooler lines on this side, which this one doesn't, so we'll have to plug them and figure them out. Hoping that it's not no end of the world stuff. Aftermarket ain't the way to go on this deal. He knows that, so anyway, take the air snorkels off, the upper shroud, bolts here and here, and then there is a sensor down at the bottom. This hose off. We're going to replace the upper and lower radiator hoses he has. They're blue ones, whatever, and I believe the bypass. So we'll start ripping into it. So got the upper part of the shroud out. These air induction hoses, got it over there. Looks like a couple more tins at the bottom down there. You can see one here, one here. I'll crawl underneath there. And there's that 32, and then the radiator. There's probably a way to drain it. We'll go under there and see what we could pop loose and go from there. All right, this is from underneath. That's that 32 millimeter. Popped it. It wasn't He-Man tight or anything like that, but it was pretty snug. There'll be another one I can grab from the top. I just put it in the air because I knew I was gonna have to come under here. And there was a 10 millimeter here, 10 millimeter here, and I'll drop this radiator hose next. Okay, got it out. This tranny line, but they don't go directly into the radiator. They have an adapter, so I'm knocking those out next. There was just the mount here, which was an Allen. I think it was a 6. Actually, it was a 6. And then the hoses, which we're going to replace with blue ones. I guess that's what he got. This is all from the Jungle website. And then these guys are just knocked out with a crescent. I mean, that's what I had right now. Alright, so of course it's going to take longer to go back. We'll pull these hoses off next. Hook up the hoses, get all that ready to go. Transfer the adapters into the new radiator, which is still in the trunk, and then we'll go from there, and I'll show you that when I got those swapped. So yeah, just showing you the difference. The main difference is this deal here doesn't have a oil cooler one, or this one is with oil cooler, but he probably didn't know that when he ordered it. And they have these little ones you can put the lines on. I don't think anything comes out of it when you fill it up with coolant. We'll probably try it and see if the water comes out or not. If not, I gotta try to find plugs, or I'll find caps at the O'Reilly's. So I'm gonna transfer over that stuff and then swap out the hoses. All right, the extremely blue heater hoses. Assume this one is the bypass are all on. Gotta snug that one down. This one's tight. That one isn't. 6 millimeter. These are 10s. The one in the back is nothing. It's just a screwdriver. So I got them all on there ready to go. I could put this one over on it before I put the radiator in. And I put the greasy adapters back in on this side out of that one. All right, so we're close. I'm just gonna go ahead and snug up this hose clamp, put this clamp on it, drop it in, see what it do. I got the oil coolers lines, the hoses all hooked up, the upper shroud in, it's off by a little bit. I also think that these should flip down, but it's off like maybe a 1/4 inch. But the problem is that if you see here, it's not sitting on there, but it's because this is pushed in, and so it's sitting right up against the air conditioning condenser. So I'm going to go ahead and loosen these bolts, which I did. You remove these plugs, and that's where the air conditioning condenser mounts. I'm going to try to push it back. If that doesn't work, then it's going to be an ordeal, because the upper ones have to go back then the fan has to go back then. Yeah, all because this is bent down here and forced that other one. Now I don't know if that cracked it or what, but that's where we're at. More to come. Yeah, this is not fun getting these aftermarket radiators. They just don't fit the same. They don't go in easy. You can see this is the original part number. You see how these are notched and not these aluminum little brackets. They're welded in, not the best or whatever. So he should have got a stock one. I told him these are all just booger welded up, but he wanted to use it, so that's that. Not sure if I showed it earlier, but this one was up here like a half an inch, quarter inch, and these were way up. Now they're under. They're supposed to be sitting like right there, so these need to be adjusted, and we'll get it to come up a little bit more. But yeah, just get a stock radiator, or if this is the upgrade, don't buy the one from Amazon with welds like this. $160 or whatever. Find a $300 quality one, a name brand. All right, so she's in, all buttoned down, reasonable. There's just so many things that are different than the original one. Like it had spots for this to hold down. This doesn't. Again, yeah, in this situation, I would have never put this one in. I would have sent it back. I don't know how long he had it. Kind of insisted that this is one he wanted to use. So yeah, like so for these are way higher than these supposed to be, and then on the top they should be down, but they're up. So it's just too many different little things. On this particular car, if they would have made a better aftermarket, I'm all for aftermarket and custom and stuff like that. But this particular radiator should have been sent back. But he wanted to do it, so we'll fill it up. And hopefully it doesn't leak. All these giant welds on it and stuff. Just looks like crap. Alright, so cross fingers. Alright, there it is. All buttoned up. Setting where it's supposed to be. Looking good on that side. So this one's square. Definitely wouldn't do aftermarket ever again. Not on a car like this. It's pretty clean. All right, like and subscribe.